Both Covishield and Covaxin have been built on solid vaccine technology. I'll talk about Covaxin first because that uses a more classical technology. You want your body to build an antibody against the virus, right? So the best way to do it is actually take the virus, but you don't want the infection. From an infected patient, they were able to take COVID-19 virus and grow it in culture. It's actually technically a challenging thing to do. Not all viruses grow in culture outside the body. They grow it up, you grow it in large quantities, and then you count how much of the virus is there in a 1 ml or whatever. And then you inactivate it. Inactivate it in the sense you kill it in such a way that the virus still looks like the virus, but it cannot infect.
Okay.
So that it's called an inactivated vaccine. And it's solid technology and it works. It's worked for a lot of vaccines. That is what Covaxin is doing, which is done by Bharath Biotech. Now, Covishield is actually more sexy in terms of science because it is using what was until now considered theoretical, where you have a very weak virus, not a SARS virus, a very weak virus called an adenovirus. They use a chimpanzee adenovirus, which cannot replicate in humans. And then they've made it carry a portion of the spike protein, which is where antibodies are made against. And that is being given to us as to develop the antibodies against in our body. So that is the recombinant vaccine vector technology.
Okay.
So both are based out of solid science. Both are designed to elicit great immune responses.
Okay. But of course, the difference is Covishield has gone through all 4 phases of trials and is completely, deemed in terms of safety and efficacy and immunogenicity. But that's not the case with Covaxin. In fact, there's a lot of furor over, the transparency of data. It's still going through phase 3 trials. So was it needed for them to push it through?
So Covishield is just done phase 3. So phase 4 is what happens after it's given to the public and the company tracks any adverse events. The testing and the data of Covishield has been a lot more systematic and transparent. Covaxin, I mean, based on the vaccine design, it seems safe, but yes, having the data would always be better. I'm not sure how or why it got approved. It would have been nicer for everybody if we had the data solid. That being said, Bharat Biotech does make some of our more trusted vaccines, so it's not a sham or anything. It just could have been better. The data, the sharing, and all that.
So yeah, I don't think the safety aspect is so much in question as in why they haven't been transparent. In fact, those who are administered Covaxin vaccine, it comes with a consent form. They have to sign the form, and I think they have to be followed up after that. So you can understand why people are anxious because they haven't been transparent with how the vaccine is worked.
Because Covaxin does give a lot more criterion and warnings than Covishield does. So it seems like the most logical thing to do is to wait it out if your only option is Covaxin. I'm not suggesting one versus the other. I'm simply saying if you don't have an option and if you can afford to continue remaining safe, perhaps you can, and then wait for the data to come.
Okay. So in your opinion, you would advise people if they have the luxury of waiting, and if the only option is Covaxin, they can wait it out.
They can wait it out. But if you have to take it, just make sure you follow the company's pamphlet of who should not be taking it.